Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to create a book cover on Canva, the ebook and the paperback. So you go on canva.com, sign in or you sign up, type in ebook cover on the search bar, and you scroll down to where you see the different ebook templates, and you just pick one that you want to work with. It's pretty easy and straightforward, and they pretty much lay down everything for you as far as the steps. So I'm choosing this template. It's very easy, very simple template just for the purpose of this video. And so let it load, and here you can just change the font. You can just change whatever you want to change on it. You have this template to work on. You can change the size and just adjust the colors and different things like that. So the ebook is very easy to make. The paperback is a little bit more complicated, but it's doable. So while you're adjusting this and just messing with the font, the size, the color, and whatever photos you want to use. So while I'm doing this, I have a free downloadable checklist. If you want that, it's a checklist for writing and publishing your novel. Very straightforward. I have 10 check mark points that you can use and work with while writing your book and publishing your book, and just the process of doing that. If you want that free checklist, just comment down below in the comment section, checklist please, and I will send you the direct link to the checklist. So going back to the ebook cover, now you want to work on changing the photos. If you want to change the photos, you can just on your computer, click on the apps on the left hand side as I have done, and then you scroll down to where you see photos. Scroll down to where you see photos, and we are close. And so yeah, and then you click on photos, and then you just type in whatever photos you want. For the purpose of this video, we're just gonna type in something, just a beautiful couple. You guys know I like writing romance, so just pick one that you want. Now this is, you can also choose the pro photos. Now with the pro, if you have an account with Canva Pro, you'll be able to get the pro photos without the watermark. So I have one with the watermark here because this is, I'm not on Canva Pro on this account. So I just replaced the background, and I made this photo the background of this ebook cover. And so you can just mess with it, play around with it. And so obviously if I was on Canva Pro on this Canva, you would have not seen the watermark. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm not on Canva Pro for this Canva. So of course you're going to see the watermark, but just work with it, play with the colors, choose whatever you want, whatever colors you want to use. And it's it can be fun. If you do this a lot of times, it can be really fun just playing around with different photos that you want to use, depending on, of course, the genre of your book. And so here I am changing the font. I'm changing the font and the font size and style. And so yeah, this is what you can do. And also guys, if you're really serious, if you're serious and you need help with your manuscript, you want someone to to evaluate your manuscript, yeah, just comment down below, I am serious, and I will send you a direct link to where you can book a consultation with me. And yeah, I can help you and give you some marketing strategies. I also edit books. I can developmental editing, line editing, and copy editing. So just comment down below, I'm serious, and I will send you the direct link. I also help with marketing as well, and I will send you that to you. And so if you want to save this, as a JPG or PNG file. That's what KDP requires, and I think they also have another option, but you want to save it as a JPG. I usually go with JPG. I just it's just easier for me, and so just save it, save it to your downloads or to your desktop, wherever you want to go and access it. And so that's for the ebook. Now to create a paperback or a hardcover, you type in the search bar book cover or ebook cover really, because you're going to make use of the ebook templates. As you're going to see what I'm going to do here, you will make use of the ebook templates. I'm just going like with this one, just a random regular one, customize it. Now with this one, you want to go on to Google and type in KDP cover templates. Okay, what this is going to do is help you calculate and give you like the dimensions for your paperback. So you fill out the information for your book. We're trying to make a paperback. You don't want to use a black and white. Just fill out what information that you want for your book. Left to right is the reading directions, and fill out all those different informations. 5.5 by 8.5 is what I like to use inches for my paperback. And I'm going to put a random book count, page count, 300 for the sake of this. And click on calculate dimensions, and this is where you see the dimensions for your book. Now I don't really mess with this. I just like take a look at it, but I don't really do much about it. I just go on to the left and click on download templates. Okay, so it's going to give you what the template should look like for your book, and that's what you're going to upload on Canva and work with that for your paperback. And you can do the same for your hardcover of your book. So here I just want to show you what the paperback looks like. You don't have to do this, but I like to just like download it, go to my downloads and just going to see what it looks like. It's a zipped file, so I want to kind of open it and just take a look at the PDF, because PDF is what you want to use for your paperback and hardcover. So this is what it looks like. I just always like to see what it looks like, and I exit out of that, and yeah, and I will go back to Canva and go upload what I just downloaded from the KDP cover template. Okay, left hand side, click on uploads, upload the files, and go to where you have it saved, and you want to go with the PDF. Okay, you want to go with the PDF because you can't use a PNG for your paperback or hardcover. So go with the PDF file, and when it's done, click on that, and you're gonna want to exit out of this page. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna delete all those pages. I don't need 3 pages to create my paperback, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of these pages. And so you want to get out of this because the paperback template looks so tiny. This is not what you're going to work with. So exit out of this, go back to home page. Okay, left hand side, go back to home, and then that's when you're going to see all of the projects that you're currently working on or you've worked on. You scroll down. This is kind of slow. There we go. So we scroll down, and then you see that this is what you want to work with, your recent designs. You already uploaded this to Canva, so automatically Canva saves all of your designs. So now it's bigger and bolder. This is what you want to work with, and change things and play around with this, and make your cover, change the photos and things like that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start deleting this thing because I don't need this. I already have a template now. So you can delete all of this. These are like the dimensions and things like that and instructions, but we already know what we want to work with. So delete. That's where you put the barcode if you have one. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and now work on this template. Okay. So let's just title the name of my book The Wind. That's just a random name. So that's The Wind. So you want to adjust that and make that a 90 degrees angle, so that way it'll fit in the spine. So this is what goes in the spine, which is the middle thing of your book. The spine is that line in the middle that separates the left and the right side of your book. So you want to make sure that it's a 90-degree angle. And guys, you don't really have to do this. You can always outsource making your covers, like I mentioned in my previous video. But for those who just want to do it themselves, this is a very basic way. Canva is one of the platforms that you can use to make a book covers. There are other platforms as well. Well, Canva is really easy. So, let's say our author's name is Ella Winston, right? And so we're just going to adjust that on the spine. And so we want to, let's choose a photo, just a random photo for our, either the back or the front part of the cover, just a random photo, whatever photos you want to use. This is where you play around and just use whatever photos you want to use. So you want to adjust it. We want to use this for the back part of the cover. So make sure you completely cover. This is very important, guys. Make sure you completely cover, okay, this template. You don't want any part of this template to be visible. The pink side, the pink color part, you want to make sure you cover every single part, okay? So I want to choose a photo for the front part of the cover. I'm going to go ahead and just choose a random photo. Like I said, for the purpose of this, we're just choosing random photos. Okay, go ahead and adjust, drag left and right, front, back. We can either cover the spine or not and just design the spine by itself. So, you get to choose how you want to make your cover and how you want to design your cover. Okay, so we're done with that. And so we're going to go ahead and type the name of the book and the author's name. Put that on the front part of the cover. You can also pull this to the back, by the way. It depends on how you want to design your book. I'm going to just go ahead and just make this as simple as possible. I'll pull this on the front part of the cover and adjust it. So I just duplicated it so I can type the name of the author as well. And so you can just adjust it, change the color, the font, drag, and you get to decide how you want your cover to be, what you want it to look like. Okay, so I'm changing the colors right now so it's visible. I think I'm going to go with white. I'm going to go with the white color to make that visible, and not for it to blend in the photos, because you want to make it visible depending on what your photos look like. So I'm making mine white because white makes it pop. Okay, so you get to adjust it, and this is the front cover. I want to make sure that you do it in such a way that it does not get wiped out when you are trying to put it on KDP. And guys, I apologize if you can hear like the sound of my notifications. I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys can still hear me. So here I'm just playing around with the font and the font size and style and colors. So yes, as you can see, this is where you type in, or you type in the text on the back part of the cover, like what the book is about, the description of the book, the blurb. I'm going to make that color white so that way you guys can see it. And I think typically the font size of the text at the back of the book cover, I think is usually around 10 font or 12, maybe 9. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when I first designed my cover, I think I went with like a 10 point font size. But just so you guys can see it, I'm making that large enough for you guys to see it, but you can always go back and adjust that. And so this part is where you write the author, about the author. Okay, at the bottom is where you pull the about the author. So I just duplicated that. Okay, some people write that about the author at the back matter of the book. They don't like putting it at the back of the book cover, but you can do that if you want to. So this is where you pull that, and then this space here is for the barcode. Okay, that space at the bottom right is for the barcode. You want to make sure you leave enough space there for your barcode to be there at the bottom. And so you keep working on it, adjusting the text however way you want to do it, and we just keep playing around with it, adjusting it. So here I want to adjust the spine. I want to adjust the spine, and you can use an element to kind of make it pop more. So it's just different things on Canva that you can work with. So just play around with it, and just see what works best for you. Okay. And so I'm just going to drag and just make it look nice and, pop more. And so I'm going to adjust the color as well. I want to make it really pop. I don't think that, yeah. So I think we're going to go with white for this to make that black pop out more. Okay. And so, you can always put more designs in the spine if you want to. There's so many things that you can do on Canva to make your book cover stand out. But yeah, I want to adjust the font size. I'm just going to drag it down. Like I said, you want to make sure you're covering every part of this book. Okay. Yes. So you drag that and make that look nice. And you can always adjust things. This is, obviously for the sake of this, for the purpose of this video, I'm just doing it that way. And so you want to click on download. So if your book cover is ready, if you're satisfied, go with the PDF print. It's best for print. You don't want to go with the standard, okay? Go with the PDF print. That's what you want. And so I usually just check that. Best for digital use. I usually check that to make things nice. And then when you go up, I don't check any of that. I leave that the way it is. I don't mess with that unless you have specific, measurements. But you just click on download, let it download to your downloads or your, desktop, whatever. But so it's downloaded. And so yeah, our book cover is ready. Okay, so guys, like I said, click on the comment section and type in "I'm serious," and I will send you a link to the direct link to where you can book a consultation with me on my website. I can help you with your marketing and your editing and your manuscript evaluation. So guys, let me know and I'll see you next time.